Brenda, the CEO of the Super State Bank of Commerce, starts communicating with Duval, and every time the sheriff's department would come out, they would start saying, "Oh, Brenda Barnes says this, and Chuck Van Eaton says this, and you're foreclosed on," and all of this stuff. And Duval was saying that he was going to own that land, and he would be screaming at me every time I went down there, and it was all illegally foreclosed on, so it was all null and void, all of it is. So I should have my car and my property back in my name, and my car should be sitting in my driveway. But anyway, the same police that has went in on my property and bulldozed it has been in possession of my car. And everybody has been telling me that he's been driving it, and that it's down at his house. And so this is all just a big conspiracy, and I found out that the person that allegedly bought my property is the bank, is Brenda Barnes' employee's son. So it's all just a big conspiracy land grab, and they're all trying to show their authority and see how far they can go with taking my property. And but I have a land patent on my property, and the property's still mine no matter what they say. The car's still mine, and the property's still mine, because it's all null and void from the moment of enactment, because it's all unconstitutional, and all my rights have been violated, the due process rights and everything. So it's just all null and void no matter what. And so anyway, since all of this has happened, like I said, they came up with this big conspiracy that they was going to get me arrested, and they used that story about where I run down the children with my truck, which was a false statement made by Chris Duval, and it was all not true, but it was falsified, and Steve Marshall and Scott Walls and Chris Duval was all three in on that, and they were protecting him, and they're aiding and abetting him in that story, which is not true. So that's all a conspiracy, and it's falsifying arrest. And it's also, to me, it's a form of kidnapping, because I was kidnapped and held against my will, and it put her in danger and put me in danger. And the second time, the same thing, falsifying documents, and the third time, falsifying documents. And
what kind of assistance does your sister need?
my sister has to have everything. I have to go to the bathroom. I have to help her with the bathroom. She can't stand up on her own. She has to have help going to the bathroom, washing her hair, brushing her teeth, giving her a bath, dressing. She can't dress herself, her hair, everything. I have to do everything just like, I have to be everything to her. You know, like when she goes to the bathroom, she can't take care of herself at the bathroom.
So you're her primary caretaker.
Yes.
Is there anyone else to take care of her?
No. Curtis Everett is the only one that's, he's the only one that would be qualified to take care of her, that knows her like I do, and like my mom did. Nobody else knows. She's so unpredictable. You don't know what she's going to do from, one moment to the next. And she does things, and she don't know that she does. Like in February, when I was having all this trouble with my property, with the foreclosure, the litigation, and them stealing my car, she got upset because they came in and stole my car. And she sometimes her mental capacity gets overloaded, and it got more than she could handle, and she fights. She'll fight you, and she don't mean to, but she don't know what she's doing, and she tried to chew my finger off. And the chief of police at Grant was there when this happened, so he knows all about all this stuff. He knows all of the things that I've been through, and
she needs you.
Definitely.
She can't.
Right.
I mean, she has to stay with you.
Right. And so,
what is her condition? What was she diagnosed with?
She has epileptic seizures, and she takes Dilantin and phenobarbital, and sometimes they get unbalanced, and when they get unbalanced, she goes like into a rage, kind of like, and sometimes it could last 30 days. And she would stay up all the time, you know, like constantly, stay awake.
Explain to the viewers of this, I'm a little bit familiar with seizures. A lot of time with epileptic episodes, when you're coming out of a seizure, you've got to have somebody there you recognize.
Right.
You've got to have somebody there that's familiar surroundings.
Right. That's the way she is. When she comes out of them, she'll usually grab me and start hugging, and she'll want you to hold her head real tight because apparently it hurts her head real bad. And so you have to just hold her sometimes for a long time until she gets better. And she just, you know, she just has a lot of problems like that. But if you don't know her, like when she goes into seizure, she'll just drop out from under you. You know, like if you're trying to get her over into a chair, or if you're trying to get her over on the bed or something, if she drops, or if you give her a bath, she'll just drop out from under you.
Is there certain things that triggers?
Yes, food, any kind of food, you have to watch what you feed her, you have to watch what you know, like, I have to treat her just like a little child. Like when I'm warming her food, I have to make sure, I have to touch it and make sure that it's not too hot, because she'll just put it in her mouth like just like the little child, you know, when you're giving them baby food and stuff, you have to make sure that it's not too hot or too cold. Everything with her is just like that. She has to be just like a little child. And in stress, too, like stress is, any kind of stress will bring on a seizure. Like you can talk, sometimes, you know, I can talk about, you know, like my MOM passing, or my DAD, or my CAR, you know, and she'll get real upset and go into, you know, like the other night, they was talking about Christmas and stuff on TV and family and mothers and dads, and she just went into a real bad seizure, you know. Something like that can trigger it, which I knew it was coming, you know, because I'd seen her falling over, and I knew it was bothering her because she starts, sometimes she just rubbed her hands until she'll rub her white here. You know, she'll get so stressed out, like sometimes you can see where she is rubbed them. See that white, right there where it's white? That's where she rubbed them. And she did have them, so there was just bruised where she had rubbed them. See, that was one time she had an episode, and she just sit and rubbed her hands.
Has she ever done that?
Yes. She fell off the bed when they came the first time. They were there, and they were shining their lights in her bedroom, and they were banging on the door, and I was in her room trying to help her, and she got scared and fell on the floor and fell off the bed. And anyway, she scraped her back, and she had to lay on her side for a while.
Where was he?
Yeah, your back was hurt when you fell off.
Itching.
Mm-hmm. It was itching when it started getting better, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, it's a lot of stress in it.
Tell us about when you got in the jailhouse. What happened?
That's where it is.
When they came and got me the first time I was handcuffed to the wall, and then the second time I had to stay in a room for about 3 hours or longer, and then the third time I was put in jail. You know. Anyway, they scream and holler at you, and they told me that either I had 3 choices, that they made me sign these documents I didn't want to sign, and they told me that I could either go and be put in suicidal, you know, by myself in a paper gown, or I could be put out in public and they was going to cut all my hair off. And then they told me that I could either be in lockdown by myself. So,
Was that because of your hair?
I went in lockdown because, well, I didn't know any of the people. And I had talked to a man that his daughter